In this video, I'm going to show you how to clean your walls, your baseboards down below, and your ceilings up above. Before you start, you need to know what paint finishes are covering these surfaces. Some paint finishes are very durable and clean up really nice. Other paint finishes, not so much, and you could take the paint right off and leave a big, huge mark. There are 6 primary paint finishes you're going to encounter on your walls, baseboards, and ceilings. Flat, matte, eggshell, satin, semi-gloss, gloss. At the top end of the spectrum, you've got gloss. It's very shiny and very durable. At the low end of the spectrum, you've got flat. Flat is not shiny whatsoever and consequently is not durable at all. So the higher you go, the shinier the finish and the more durable. You normally find flat on your ceilings. The most common kind of finish on your walls would be matte or eggshell. They kind of battle it out. These walls right here are eggshell. You don't find satin as much because satin is typically too shiny for walls, but not shiny enough for baseboards and trim. Semi-gloss is the #1 finish that you find on your baseboards and your trim. And when I say trim, I mean things like window casings, doors and door frames, crown molding, baseboards, that type of stuff. Those type of surfaces were made to be cleaned because they are high-touch areas, so you can spray them, wipe them, rub them, and you never have to worry about messing the paint up. Let's start with cleaning baseboards. Baseboards collect dust. They also get little scuff marks on them from shoes or from sliding furniture around. You can clean them in 2 simple steps. Step 1 is to remove the dust first. To dust them, always use a dry method first. If you try to use a wet or a damp method, what will happen is that dust will turn into like a mud and they'll become a lot harder to clean at that point. I like to use a vacuum with a brush attachment, especially if the baseboards are heavily dusty. For baseboards that are just lightly dusty, you can get away with using a Swiffer duster. This is super easy. The Swiffer duster extends so you don't have to bend over. Or you can attach a microfiber cloth to a broom and you can just dust them that way. Step 2 is to actually clean them. If you have back issues, you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Just do it while you're mopping your floors. This is the method that I use all the time. Now, if you're more OCD and you don't have back issues and you want a hand wipe, well then go for it. For that, all you'll need is an all-purpose cleaner. It can be store-bought or you can make your own, whichever you prefer, and your microfiber cloth, and just hand wipe, moving from one end to the other, going around the entire house. If you're encountering any tough scuff marks that's giving you a harder time, you can use a magic eraser and just erase the mark right out of your life. Now let's talk about cleaning the actual walls. To do this, the same thing applies like the baseboards. Use a dry method to remove any animal hair, dander, and dust from the wall before you actually go to cleaning it. For your dry method, you could use a dry microfiber mop. You could use the broom with the microfiber cloth, the dry microfiber cloth attached to the end, or you can use my favorite, which is the backpack vacuum cleaner, which I've talked about multiple times in my videos. You have the backpack vacuum cleaner and you have that wand with that brush attachment, and you just go around and vacuum the walls, and it's super, super easy and effective. Now, to actually clean and wash them afterwards is similar to flat mopping hardwood floors. What you want to do is mix up 1 teaspoon of Dawn dish soap, or any dish soap will do, with warm water in a spray bottle, and you will also need a microfiber flat mop. Get the mop head wet and wring it out to where it's damp. From this point, you want to spray the wall down, but don't spray it directly at the wall. Just spray it kind of like at an angle because you just want to lightly mist the wall. You don't want to soak the walls. We're not trying to soak them. Then what you want to do is work your way up and down, kind of like you're painting, and work your way section by section, just going around the entire home. This will remove greasy fingerprints, cat dander, as well as any types of odors that may have accumulated from indoor smoking. Another reason we're just using mostly water with 1 little teaspoon of Dawn dish soap is because that Dawn dish soap is pH neutral, so it's not going to leave any type of residue or film on the wall, and you're not going to need to have to go and do it twice and rinse afterwards. If you were using some type of alkaline cleaner or all-purpose cleaner, you would have to go and rinse afterwards, which would take you twice as long to get the job done. Just along the way, if you see the mop head starting to get really dirty, just rinse it out along the way, or get you a new mop head and replace it from time to time as you're doing the job. And also, before you start this process, always test this on an inconspicuous area, like in a corner or something, to make sure that your walls can in fact handle this cleaning. And lastly, let's talk about cleaning the ceiling. Most of the times, all you really need to do on the ceilings is to remove cobwebs. Depending on the height of the ceiling, you can use the Swiffer duster to remove the cobwebs, or if you have really high ceilings, maybe you have like a skylight as well, you have to use an extension pole, like a really long extension pole with a duster attachment to the end of it. This is called the extender reach pole. It comes in 3 different lengths, so 12 foot, 24 foot, or 30 foot, giving you around a 36 foot reach. The pole is made with extra thick aluminum, so it's very firm, very sturdy, and you just open up those latches there, and then the pole will extend to your desired length. Now the kit comes with a cobweb remover, a microfiber feather duster allowing you to really get up on those high walls and ledges, and a flexible fan blade cleaner if you were going to get ceiling fans along the way. The beauty of the feather duster and the fan blade cleaner is that they are bendable, allowing you to clean all types of angles that you might encounter. Now, if you're wanting to remove some type of stain or mark on your ceiling, you can use that magic eraser to do so, but just remember, as I went over in the beginning of the video, the ceiling typically has flat paint, which means it's not durable at all. It doesn't hold up well to cleaning. So you get to try to remove that mark, just be prepared. You're probably gonna see a spot afterwards, which means you're gonna need to go back with some paint to touch it up. Now, if you have popcorn ceilings, a lot of the times you'll see dust just kind of hanging from it. In that case, all you can really do is vacuum it very lightly with a brush attachment. You can use that backpack vacuum cleaner to vacuum it. We've done it multiple times in our cleaning business, or just any vacuum cleaner with your brush attachment. Just lightly go over the popcorn, suck up all that dust. I'm not going to guarantee you won't knock down a few corns along the way, but at that point you would just clean up that mess like you would any other mess. So that's it, my friends. That's all I got for you. That is how to clean your walls, baseboards, and ceilings. Thanks so much for checking out the video. Now, if you want to know my top 13 must-have cleaning products and tools, click the video right here.